Hello, my name is Kimberly. I will be interviewing.
Giovanni Anaya.
Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for agreeing to help with this interview. Neither I nor anyone else will be paid for this research. The goal of this interview is to increase our understanding of healthcare within the LGBT community. So I have a few questions.
Okay.
First one, where are you from? Are you from LA or a different city, country?
I am from San Bernardino County, the city of Fontana.
Awesome. Is it personally easier to find health resources here or in Fontana?
Here in the city of Los Angeles.
I know that you've lived in Atlanta and New York. What about those cities?
I was not out yet, so I wouldn't know what the resources were like then.
Okay. Do you find it hard to receive health care here in Los Angeles?
No, I think it's pretty easy. I typically go to the LGBT center. There's one by my home here in West Hollywood, and then there's a main facility in Hollywood.
Okay, that one. What kind of, what do they offer?
They offer free STD checks or testing. They offer also healthcare services such as doctor. You can go. Your regular doctor can be there, and they do help patients with also LGBT youth homelessness. They help that. They do deal with that as well.
Is it intimidating? Going into these places?
At first it was, because I didn't know what to expect. And then not having anyone to go with me, it's a little bit more stressful. But I think the teams there are super welcoming and super helpful, that it makes the process a little easier on anyone who's going there for the first time or who's just a repeat patient.
I want to add more. Awesome. What about a regular clinic? Are those helpful sometimes, or not really?
In the past, I haven't felt comfortable going to a normal clinic just because sometimes the doctor isn't LGBT friendly or isn't too knowledgeable about what's going on in my life. So I prefer the clinics that have a LGBTQ staff, or just someone who's of my sex and understands what my body's going through.
Talk to me about a positive experience you've had at that clinic.
The positive experience that they are pretty fast in servicing you. So if you come in without an appointment, they get to you pretty quickly. I've been there to get treated for an STD that I was infected with about a year ago. But it's very, they're not invasive. They don't ask you any intrusive questions. They ask you the basics. They want to get to know you and, what brings you into the clinic that day. But yeah, overall, I would say they're pretty friendly and understanding of what's the situation.
What about a negative experience? Maybe not at that clinic, but any other clinic?
The only negative thing I have is about the one here in West Hollywood. They don't take any walk-ins, so it's all appointment based. And for me, sometimes working full time is really hard for me to make an appointment because I don't know my schedule ahead of time that far in advance, or if I just need a really quick check, I can't do that there. I had to travel to Hollywood, which is kind of an inconvenience. But other than that, having that service there is still convenient for me when I do have an appointment.
What are some ways the city could provide more health aid for the LGBT community?
Maybe having some services that are open maybe 24/7. There's always that urgent care is open 24/7, but sometimes they aren't always there for the LGBT community just because a lot of those services are closed, after 7, or, some people who are, in transitioning need a little bit more attention than, just the normal homosexual patients. So that is kind of difficult because you can't always find help right away. And maybe opening a little bit few more locations, because I don't know about any other locations that there are around that offer services to LGBT patients, which is probably the only thing that I could maybe recommend. Opening up a center downtown, or just somewhere else that's accessible to teens or the youth who don't always have a parent with them to take them to the doctor, or patients who aren't out of the closet yet.
Yeah. What about Planned Parenthood? Have you ever gone?
I have not been there. I did want to go because they were another close option to me, but I didn't know if they had fees you had to pay and whatnot. And the good thing about the center is that there's no charges unless you are getting medication prescribed to you, or if you're seeing your general doctor there and having to pay a copay. But everything else is kind of a free service at your disposal.
Wow. It's very good.
Yes, I know.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. I hope I was helpful.
You were. Thank you.